So in this class, we'll start slowly with the module one. Okay. In this one, first one, we try to understand what do you mean by estimate. Okay. So suppose eh, everyone is aware of constructing the house. Okay. Before construction, they want to know how much money it will incur. Correct or no? How much money it will get to be used. So we want to know that one, how much money. So that probable cost of that building is called as estimate. It's called as a estimate. Okay. So here it is written, estimate is an anticipated or probable cost of that work. Anticipated or probable cost of that work. Maybe some part of the building, maybe total building itself. No problem. Okay. So like that, you have to understand what do you mean by estimate. Now, to prepare that estimate, what exactly you require? Okay, first is drawings, drawings of all plans. Okay, all levels and elevation and sections. These three things are important: plan, elevation, section. Okay, for that is drawing. Using this drawing, what exactly you can get? You are preparing a estimate of some small building. Okay, so let us say it is a single bedroom building. Using drawings, what you can do? Can anyone tell? Using drawings, what you can do? Drawings will give the dimensions of that room. Drawings will give the dimensions of each and every component. Okay, so that you can calculate the quantities. First is quantity. Now, second portion which is required for the estimation is specification. What do you mean by specification? Specification is the brief description or detailed description, of the work quality, Now, in the work quality, what are the things will come? One is quality of materials. Second is type of labors used. Okay, so all those things will define the quality of work, how good it is, how bad it is, whether it is a superior quality of concrete, whether it is a poor concrete, like that. You have specification. So drawings will give quantities, specifications will give quality, and depending upon the quality only, you are going to get rates. Depending upon the quality only, you are going to get the rates. Okay, so by quantity and rate, you will get what? Cost. Quantity and rate, you will get what? Cost. So now, before the construction, if you get the cost of that building, is called as estimate, and during the construction, when complete items of work are completed, then you get the total cost of the project itself. You'll get the total cost of project itself. Okay. Now, how to do the procedure? What are the procedure we generally adopted? What are the procedure we generally adopt now? One second. Okay. First, you take the dimensions. Quantities you get, and from the quantities you will get the rates. Okay, you will get the rates. For calculation of rates, you do one portion that is called as analysis of rates. From the drawings, you will get the total quantity. Okay, so by multiplying this quantity and rate, you will get the cost. Now, this is about the estimate introduction. Generally, why we require estimate? You want to know the probable cost. In government work, or before the contract is given, you want to have the administrative approval. For that reason, you want to do the estimate. Second is, you want to know how much quantity of material is generally required. Example, cement, aggregate, steel, etc. You want to know. Third is what type of labor, how much labors we generally require. Okay. So apart from that, for big projects such as road construction, what type of plants and equipments are used? What type of plants and equipments are used? And last, what is that very important estimate? From the estimate, what you generally get, you will get the schedule. Now you have to tell me, what do you mean by schedule? What do you mean by schedule? Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell? What do you mean by schedule? Somu, Somu Vadayar. You have to tell me, no? You have studied in sixth semester. Hmm? What do you mean by schedule? Vijay Belvi, Pujari, can you tell? Ranjana, whether it is audible? Abhishek, Rohit Nayak, whether it is audible? Sanju, Paris, Teju, whether it is audible?
Yes, sir.
Then why other people are not reacting? Ranjana is not there. Sachin, Abhishek.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Ranjan.
So I'm asking, no. Okay. Shweta, Sneha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Somu is not there. Sunil Hosur. Okay. Can anyone tell me this point? I'm asking about this point. To fix up the schedule, they are telling. To fix up the schedule. What do you mean by this one? The estimate is required to fix the schedule. What is its important? See, schedule
So
means
to maintain the proper materials,
material flow, cash flow. Okay.
cash
See
flows,
here,
labor.
I'll just explain. Scheduling means you have different items of work and you have sequence of the work. So first excavation, next PCC, next side stone masonry, next DPC, next brickwork. Like that, you have different items of work as well as this sequence. So sequencing is generally we call it as schedule. Okay, sequence we generally call it as schedule. So this to prepare this construction schedule, we generally use the help of estimate. We generally use the help of estimate. Apart from that, you want to know benefit to cost ratio, and very important, you have to tell me this tender and bill of payment. This tender and bill of payment, we generally use estimate. How this estimate is used for tender? You have to tell me. I will explain it now. Okay. So can anyone tell me what do you mean by tender? What do you mean by tender? Pujari, Shiv Kumar, Ranjana, Ranganath. Can you explain me what do you mean by tender?
Sir, got
Okay, tender is how much rate or how much amount a contractor will do for a particular work to execute or particular work to execute, how much contractor will take. So that information is given in tenders. Okay, so client is there. Suppose there is a client, or you can say owner. Okay, he want to execute on small stretch of a road work. So he has done his part. What is that his part? He has done estimate how much quantity of work is there, and he has done his rate analysis portion, that what shall be the different items and what is the unit cost of that work. Okay, what shall be the unit cost of that work. So he has done, so he know his rates. According to him, what shall be the rates? He know that one. Now, when that work needs to be executed from different contractors, then that contractor has to fill his own rates. Contractor has to fill his own rates. So that purpose, this estimate is useful. So contractor to put his rates, this estimate is used. Okay, so I hope it is understood now. What are the different purpose? One is to know the probable cost. Second is administrative approval. Third is material. Okay, fourth is labor, tools and plants, scheduling, and the benefit to cost ratio. And the last one is to get the tenders and bill of payments. Okay, so for these reason, purpose of estimate is utilized. Okay, now generally, what type of estimates are there for you to study? What type of estimates are there? Let us say preliminary estimate. What do you mean by preliminary estimate? This is not a detailed estimate. To begin the major detailed estimate, you want to know how much cost it will come. You want to know how much cost it will to come to get the approval. To get the approval, how much cost it will be there. So that is called as preliminary. In the preliminary, sorry, in the next one, what do you mean by this one? Plinth area. Plinth area is one approximate type of estimate. Plinth area is one approximate type of estimate where you will measure the plinth dimensions out to out, where you measure the plinth dimensions out to out, and you will get the area. Plinth area you will get, and you will be having generally some plinth rates. You will be having some plinth rates depending upon the specification. So for this type of finishing of this work, approximately 1400 rupees per square foot. Approximately 1400 rupees per square foot for this type of marble, for this type of painting, for this type of plastering work. So you will be having some normal specification. Depending upon them, you are going to fix the plinth rate. So once that normal specification, from there you will get the approximate rate. That rate is multiplied to this plinth area of that building, and you will get the approximate cost. And approximate cost is called as what? Approximate cost is called as estimate. Approximate cost is called as estimate. Okay, so like that you have to understand. Third, which is an also an approximate estimate only, but it is done on cubical rate. But it is done on cubical. What exactly you are going to do? You are going to measure length, breadth, height of that room. Length, breadth, height of that room, and you multiply. You will get what? One cubical quantity, and that cubical quantity you are again multiplying with the rate. Again, you are multiplying with that, you will get the cost of that building. Cost of the building. Okay, I hope this point is clear. Whether this point is clear, what is plinth area and what is cubical estimate? Can anyone tell me?
Yes, sir.
Other persons?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will see what are the different types of preliminary estimate or approximate estimate. See here, just now we have seen these two, plinth area estimate and cubical rate estimates. How they are going to get? For plinth area, you are going to multiply out to out dimensions to get the area of that plinth, and multiplying with the suitable rate, which is depending upon the normal classification. Similarly, for a multi-store building, for a multi-storage, multi-story building, where length, breadth, height, you'll multiply, you'll get one floor dimension or one floor quantity, and again that is multiplied with the number of stories. Again, that is going to multiplied with the number of stories. You'll get the total cubical quantity of that building, total cubical quantity of that building, and again that is multiplied with the rate. Again that is multiplied with the rate. See, plinth rate for doing this type of approximate estimate is different. Plinth rate and cubical rate for this type of estimate is different. Okay, they are not same. Okay, so that rate multiplied by this cubical quantity will get the estimate, will get the estimate. Another type of estimate is there. What is that? See here area is there, here cube is there. Another type of estimate is a running meter estimate. It's called as running meter estimate. Suppose there is a building. So what you will do? You will add all the length of the walls. What you are doing? You are going to add all the length of walls, and you will get what? A total running meter length. You will get what? A total running meter length. And you will be having again rate for per running meter. And you will be having again a rate for per running meter. So that running meter total length into the rate per running meter, you will get the total cost. That is what we call it as estimate of that building. So these three are approximate estimate. These three are approximate estimate before the sanction or to get the sanction. Okay. Once the sanction from higher authority, I am explaining all these approximate methods with respect to public work. With respect to public work means what? PWD department, CPTW department, irrigation department. Okay. Okay, so for them, before approval, you need to have some rough estimate or approximate estimate. But these things are used in your normal residential building estimate. Whether these things are used, can you tell me? Any one person? Suppose you want to construct a small residential building. Whether these approximate estimate is used, depends upon the owner. Whether he wants to do the approximate estimate to get the loan from the bank, that time he can go for approximate estimate. Or else, once the blueprint is finalized, he will do the total final estimate, and again that is submitted to bank to get the loan. Okay. So after this approximate estimate, we will come to the detailed estimate. We'll come to the detailed estimate. This is used for rate analysis. This is used for calling the tenders. This is used for bidding. Okay. All the final things will utilize the detailed estimate. Detailed estimate. Can anyone tell me what is detailed estimate in short, or what you have understood in your what is that? Okay, what is the general meaning of detailed estimate? Can anyone tell me? Ranganath sir, can you tell me what do you mean by detailed estimate? What generally it will include? Ranganath sir, are you there?
हाँ सर.
Huh. Can you tell me
Sir,
in short?
individual quantity ತೆಗೀರಿ sir.
Yes, very
ಎಲ್ಲ
good. Yes, very good,
wall
very good.
plastering, painting.
Okay, very good. Ranjana Nayak, can you tell me what do you mean by detailed estimate? At least any idea about that one? Ranjana Nayak. Okay. Somu Vadiyar, can you tell me? Okay. Ritika madam.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you tell me?
Sir, the each item's work is estimated.
Okay. Okay. In the detailed estimate, you take the reference of drawings. You take the reference of the actual drawings which we are going to use in the site. Okay now. Next, from the drawings, the dimensions are calculated for each room. Dimensions of each room or each element or each item is calculated. From the dimensions, the quantity of each item is calculated. From the dimensions, all the items starting from excavation, PCC, side stone masonry, DPC, brickwork, centering, shuttering, RCC, in column, in beam, in slab, okay, chajjas, doors, windows, glasswork, painting, all the items with respect to their units is calculated. Once that each item and its quantity is noted down, it is called as bill of quantities. What it is called as bill of quantities, that is one part. Only quantities and their names, sorry, only items, all the items and its quantities is forming one document. That document is called as bill of quantities. Bill of quantities. Now, in another sector, in another part, from the standard rates or from the first principles, that you are going to do it in the third module. Okay, from the first principles you are going to derive the rates. You are going to derive the rates for each item, how much material it will take for 1 unit of work, how much labor it will consume for 1 unit of work, how much equipments, how much contingencies, how much work charged establishment, okay, how much tools and plants, how much profit you want to have. So all these things will be used, all these things will be used, and you will get one unit rate for that item. So that sector is called as rate analysis. That is called as rate analysis. Once each item, each quantity multiplied by rate of that item, you will get what? Cost of that item in that project. Cost of that item in that project. So all the items and each cost, and when it is added, you will get the total cost. So all the items, so that is what in the third column I have written, sorry, in the second column it is there, all the items and its number and its quantity and how they are measured: square meter, cubic meter, number, running meter. Okay, from the rate analysis you are going to put the rate and per unit, and multiplying this one, you will get what? Cost of that item. Cost of that item. So when you add all the cost, you will get what? Total cost of the project. Total cost of the project. So this document where items, where rates, where cost is there, that is called as abstract of estimate. That is called as abstract of estimate. Is it clear? What do you mean by detailed estimate and what is mean by abstract of estimate? Can anyone tell me? I need reply from you people. At least one person can say. Vijay Belvi, Somu Vadeyar, Abhishek Aptekar, Rohit Nayak, Sandesh, Shri, Sanju.
Yes, sir.
You can tell me, no? Yes or no? Shashidhar,
Yes, sir.
Shivkumar, Shravan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please reply no whenever I am asking whether you are understanding this part. Sunil, Teju, Venkat Gowda,
Yes, sir.
Vidyashri.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have to reply. Hmm?
Okay.
Okay. Now, so in the detailed estimate, I have told no, some additional cost is also added for unforeseen contingencies. Means what? When you are constructing, suddenly some heavy rain occurs, some material or some work is lost or damaged. So to counteract those things, some additional 3 to 5% cost is added. Apart from that, Work charged establishment. I have just now told work charged established means what? For that construction of a building, you will require chowkidar, you will require watchman, you will require bishti to give to spray the water. So all these are related to that particular work, or a temporary office, temporary shed, temporary garage. So all these are what? Work charged establishment. So for bill of quantities, for abstract of estimate, provisions for this work charged establishment is generally will not be there. To have this one, they are generally adding 1 to 2%, 1.5 to 2% extra for the total cost. So they will give work charge establishment additional. Okay. So now grand total is computed. So this detailed estimate should include a report, specification, drawings, data for calculation, and basic rates. These three things will be with owner. Will be with owner. Now, after this, when he has all the bill of quantities, all the schedule of rates, report, specification, everything is there, then he will go for calling for what? Tendering process. Then he will go for what? Tendering process. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, oh, very good, very good. I need replies like this. Okay, if it is clear. And on the screen, whether the things are visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It
Yes,
is
sir.
visible, sir.
Visible, no problem.
Yes.
Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, starting a little bit problem will generally happen. As we go, it will be very, very smooth. Okay, on the screen, I am also visible on the side.
No, sir. Only screen
Uh,
is visible.
Only screen. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes,
No
sir. Yes,
problem.
sir.
Huh? Okay. Now, I will explain what do you mean by revised estimate. In general, I will explain. Suppose 1 kilometer, sorry, 10-kilometer road you are going to execute in a different colony, in a colony. Suddenly, during the construction, another half a kilometer or another 1 kilometer road there has to be executed depending upon the conditions. Extra 1 kilometer has been included. Now, original estimate was there with you. Original estimate was there with you, which you have already taken the approval. Yes or no? Which you have already taken the approval. But now the quantity is increased. Now the quantity is increased. For that reason, you want to revise the estimate. You want to revise the estimate. So that time you go for revised estimate. That time you go for revised estimate. This is case number one. Second case number. Suppose there is a long duration project work. Suppose there is a long duration project work, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. In the initially, you have anticipated 3 to 4 years. 3 to 4 years, labor rate will be this much, material rate will be this much, cement rate, water rate, steel rate, everything you generally anticipated, and you have calculated the total cost, that is called as estimate. Now, suddenly the project duration is extending. Suddenly the project duration is extending. So whether the material rates will be the same, whether the labor rates will be the same, no, it is not at all same. So obviously rates will going to change. Preferably they are going to increase. They are going to increase. Now what will happen to your estimate? Whether it is going to be the same what you have done before the actual construction beginning? No, it is going to change. It is going to change. So for the change in rate, you are revising the estimate. For the change in rates, you are going to revising the estimate. Case number two. What was the case number one? Whether the quantity increase, whether the change in the quantity, that is called as the revised estimate for change in work. Second case, revising the estimate for the change in rate. So these things, when it generally happens, you go for revised estimate. You go for revised estimate. Is that clear? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone answer whether revised estimate is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
please reply, no problem. Okay, you
Yes,
have
sir.
to reply. Okay, okay. Supplementary estimate. What do you mean by supplementary estimate? It is kind of a same thing. When you already constructing a big building, you want to have some additional one more room. So you want to do some additional supplementary work also. You want to do additional supplementary work also. So that time, along with the main estimate, plus this supplementary work is also there. You are going to do the estimate for that supplementary work also. So both things will have total cost. So main estimate plus this supplementary work estimate will form the total cost. Okay. In some cases, you have supplementary works also, and apart from that, you have revised estimate also. In both cases, it is there. Next portion, what is this? Annual repair and maintenance. Annual repair and maintenance. What exactly you are doing to do? Already constructed work is there. Maybe road, maybe building, any part of the building. So you need to do the year by year or at a regular interval, you want to do the estimate. So that is called as annual repair and maintenance work. So what type of works generally they will come? Generally, painting works. In the painting, you have whitewashing, color washing, distempering, snow shine. Okay, or otherwise you have waterproofing, you have polishing of some furniture works, you have some plumbing and electrical fixture work. So these will come under annual maintenance work or repair maintenance work. Okay. Some there is two terms: estimate cost, construction cost. Estimate cost is the cost which you have calculated before the start of work. Second portion, construction cost is the total cost when you get after construction of that building by maintaining a suitable record. Is that clear? Difference between estimate and total construction cost. Estimate is done beginning of the work. Construction cost is arrived after every completion of the work by maintaining the records, by taking the physical measurements, by taking the at that time rates, multiplying multiplying them, you will get the cost. Okay, so once the building is completed or once that work is completed, you will get the construction cost. Estimate is done before the start of the work to get the approval to call for the tender. Construction cost is used to make the payments, to the contractor. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that
Yes,
point?
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Please, I request everyone to say yes or no. No problem. Okay,
Yes, sir.
everyone, so many people are there.
Yes,
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
30
Yes,
Yes,
odd.
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes,
Like this.
sir.
Okay, very good, very good. Vidyashri, Pujari,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
ah,
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
yes, sir.
Teju, Sunil, Somu, Sneha, Shweta,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shashidhar,
Yes, sir.
Mulimuni, Rushkesh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Salahuddin,
Yes, sir.
Rohit, Ritika, Ratandeep,
Yes, sir.
Sanjana,
Yes, sir.
okay, Prerana, Channappa,
Yes, sir.
hmm? Okay. I request all to reply whenever I ask something, no? At least give response. Okay? Okay. Okay. In simple words, I can explain. What do you mean by schedule of rates? Schedule of rate will have only name of the item and its unit of measurement and its rate. Rate per unit of work. Only that is there. It's called as schedule of rate. Generally, in the public works department or in the PWD department or in the irrigation department, they have a big book called schedule of rates. Year by year they are going to they publish in the websites. Okay, in the next coming class I will show that copy also, no problem. Okay, schedule of rate will have all the items, okay, all the category of items and its units. Why it is used? Schedule of rate, generally we call it as SOR. It is called as SOR. Generally it is used to get the rate analysis for that project, rate analysis for that project or estimation of some project. So this schedule of rate is used, is a standardized book. It's called as standardized book or standardized rates. Okay. So what you have seen, PWD department generally maintains or generally give the new SOR books every year. Now, what do you mean by this regular establishment and work charge establishment? Okay, see, in the Xerox, you can understand what are different things. Try to understand the concept here. Regular establishment is the main employees. These are the main employees which are present in the companies, and they will be executing the work for this project. Once it is completed, they are going for the next project. Like that, they are going there. So these are called as a regular establishment. These are called as regular establishment. Work charge establishment means for that particular project, for that construction of that small building, you are going to hire some people, you are going to hire some machines, you are going to hire some tools and plants. Once that is completed, you are going to dismantle or you are going to remove them. So example, Chaukidar, supervisor, Mestri. So they are only for that project. So only for that project or only for that work are called as work charge establishment. For all the works, maybe permanent, maybe temporary, all the employees which are there in that organization are called as regular establishment. Whether it is clear, whether this point is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All the
Yes, sir.
persons I want answer.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very
Yes, sir.
good, very good,
Yes, sir.
very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So this is the difference between regular and work charge. So who has benefits more? Who has benefits? Regular establishment people have more benefits or work charge?
What charge?
Work charge.
You should not say like that, depends upon the situation. Generally regular people will have a facilities such as a pension, bonus, leave facilities, okay, for regular because they are permanent in the company, no. But work charged people or work charge establishment only for that project. Whether you want to give Chaukidar a bonus, supervisor leave, you are going to deduct the bill, no, you are going to deduct some payment, no, once he misses 2 to 3 days in that week. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Like that you have to understand. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
depending upon the situation, the cost is also changing. Generally, regular people or regular establishment will have more benefits over the work charge establishment. Okay. Like that. Okay, next, what is this contingencies? Contingencies are unforeseen cost. Suddenly, during the construction, heavy rain occurs. Then some work is damaged. So you don't have any precaution in the BOQ, no? Whether you have in the BOQ, if something damage happens, you will give with this rate. No, no, it is not at all possible. But to pay something to the contractor to avoid the loss, you will give some contingencies, you will give the contingencies. Okay, so generally in the total cost of the project, contingencies 3 to 5%. Suppose that project is 1 lakh, additional 5000 is added, additional 5000 is added as a contingency work. Okay, now, what do you mean by lump sum item? We have seen bill of quantities and its unit of measurement. Yes or no? Okay, but lump sum items cannot be measured. Cannot be measured. They have to be paid. They have to be measured as lump sum itself. As lump sum itself. They don't have any measurements. Suppose dewatering. For generally, I'm telling dewatering. Whether you want to pay in liters or in hours, no, no, it is not at all possible. Generally, you are going to give it in the form of lump sum. Lump sum dewatering for this project, it is like this. Okay. Suppose site clearance, jungle clearance. Generally, you will give some lump sum item for the this one, this type of works. Okay. Tools and plants. Suppose you want to do the concreting work, so you will have to have ready mix. This one you have to have mobile. What is that? Vehicles which carry concrete from one place to place. maybe you need require generator, so many equipments will be required. So for this also generally rates are not fixed in the BOQ. You want to add some additional amounts in the cost, so that is called as tools and plants. Generally 1 to 2% is added to the total cost. Generally 1 to 2% is added for the total cost. Okay. Now after calculating the rate of that each item, you will get the cost. Okay, you will get the cost of all items. How many items you are going to add, how many things you are going to add to get the total cost. To get the total cost, all the items plus, if tools and plants are there, you are going to add. Suppose you want to add contingencies, 3 to 5% you are going to add. Lump sum item you want to add something, 1 to 2% you are going to add. Work charge establishment, regular establishment. So 5 to 6 items you are adding ad hoc basis. You are going to add ad hoc basis. What are those? Work charge establishment, regular establishment, contingencies, lump sum items, tools and plants. Is that okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me difference between plinth area and floor area. In simple word, plinth area is the out to out dimension of that plinth. Yes. Floor area is the plinth area minus wall area. Simple, no? Plinth area minus wall area will generally give floor area. Yes. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, how to obtain the measurements? What are some general rules? What are general rules? I will not go detail into these things. These are very simple. Okay. So wherever you are taking the length, minimum accuracy should be maintained 0.01. Whenever you are going to measure the area, you are going to accurate about 0.01 square meter. For cubic meter, 0.01 cubic meter means what? 6 meter is there. So at least you should write 6.00. Suppose 8 square meter is there. You have to write 8.00 or 8.10 or 8.25, like that. Some decimals, some accuracy has to be maintained. You cannot round it up or round it down. Okay, is that one clear? Now next is, whenever you want to take down the dimensions, they have to be written in sequence. They have to be written in sequence. First L, second breadth, third height. Like that you have to do. Another important point, what is that? You want to make the payment. What is the first condition? At least that total work should be completed. Half finished work cannot be paid, or half finished work cannot be measured. Only fully completed works have to be measured and given the payment. Have to be given the payment. Is that okay? Now, some items are there. Concrete is done in foundation also, in plinth level also, floor level also, lintel level also, and in slab level also. So you have to maintain separate records. You have to maintain separate records for the different level. For the different level. So that is why here it is mentioned. Suppose concrete is done in foundation level, you have to measure separately and maintain the records. So if it is measuring in first floor or if it is measuring second level, you have to measure that one separately, because the rates are different at different levels. The rates are different at different levels. Is that okay? Some general guidelines. Okay. Now, very important, what is that? Units of measurements. Very, very important. See here, bulk quantity is there. You want to measure it in volume. Bulk quantity such as excavation, such as concrete in column, concrete in roof, concrete in footing. So these are done in volume. Volume is generally measured in cubic meter. Suppose the structure is very, very thin wall. Let us say it is a wall. Wall is very, very thin. Then you have to measure it in square meter of standard width. You have to write it like that. So much square meter of wall is there, but its standard width is this much. Suppose there is a, what is that, plastering work is there, painting work is there, whether you are going to measure it in volume or area, which measurement you want to take, which unit you want to take?
Area.
Area.
It is measured in area. Okay, so like that you have so many items. Now you tell me earthwork in excavation, which is
Volume.
Volume.
volume. So you have to
Volume.
measure all the LBD, all the LBD. Now here one important term is there. For every 1.5 meter depth, you have to measure it separately. Whether that is clear? From the ground level up to 1.5 meter, one set of measurement, because the rate is different. Below 1.5 meter, again you have to measure it separately because the rate is different. Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Okay.
Sir.
Now one more term is there. Some piecework is there, such as fixing the door, fixing the wall, fixing the nuts and bolts, fixing the handle. These are measured in numbers. These are measured in numbers. Pipeline, electrification. How you are going to measure? Can anyone tell me? Pipeline is there, water supply or sanitary pipeline is there. How you are going to measure?
Length.
It is measured in
Meter.
running meter. It is measured in running meter. Okay. Okay. Like that, you have so many items. Earthwork in filling, it is also volume, no? It is also volume. Generally, it is quantity is taken as 1/5 of this excavation. Rough estimate I am telling. Generally, how much quantity of earthwork is there, no, in the excavation? 1/5 of that one is taken as filling. So filling in excavation trench is different. Filling in plinth is different. I hope it is clear now. Filling in excavated trench is different. Filling in plinth level is different. Okay now. So similarly, concrete for different levels, concrete at different stages. Excavation stage, plinth stage, wall, column, beam. Okay. So these are the different elements. So different rates will be there. You have to measure it separately. You have to measure it separately. Now, brickwork. Brickwork, if it is a bigger wall, you have to measure it in volume. For if it is a brick wall is very thin, if you have a standard width, you are going to measure it in area. Yes or no? Brickwork you are going to measure it in area. Okay, so like that. Stonework, can you tell me? Stonework is measured in, stonework is measured in what?
Volume, sir.
Cubic
Very
meter.
good. It's measured in volume. Woodwork like chowkat, door frame, okay, window chowkat, door chowkat, sills. How they are measured?
Area
Square.
wise.
Where?
See here. These are measured per running meter of
Number.
standard thickness, standard cross sections. Okay, running meter. Okay, maybe in volume itself, so many cubic feet of wood is required, so many cubic feet of this type of wood is required. That is one case. In another case, door shutters, which are movable part, these are measured in square meter. These are measured in square meter. Depends upon the work. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule. This has to be measured in this only. So these are the standard guidelines which, if you adopt, the work will become easier for measurement, for making the bills. Okay, so like that. Now, plastering, is it clear? Plastering, everyone should give me the answer. How the plastering is measured?
Square meter.
Area.
Square feet.
Square meter.
Square
Square
meter.
feet or square meter, because it's the area. Because it's the area. Any deductions you want to make? So deductions for windows, deductions for
Windows,
doors,
doors.
What
you are
door?
going to make. Okay, so like that. See here, if the if that opening size is less than zero point 0.5 square meter, you are not going to deduct anything. If it is zero point 0.5 to 3 square meter, you are going to deduct one time deduction. You are going to deduct for one time deduction. If it is more than 3 meter, 3 square meter, that is opening size, door size, window size, if it is more than 3 meter, then you are going to deduct it for two times. You are going to detect it for two times because plastering is done inside as well as outside. Plastering is done inside as well outside. So like that, when you are going to solve the problems, you are going to understand this one. Okay. Steel work for gates and all, you are going to measure it in square meter. For grills, for this one, what is that? Grill work, where heavy sections are used, you are going to measure it in kgs or you are going to measure it as quintals. Okay. Paintings, roof coverings, etc. are measured in obviously in square meter or measured in square meter. Floor finish like tiles fixing, marble fixing, which measurement you are going to take?
Square meter, sir.
It is going to take it in square meter. Okay. Okay, these are the constants. We are not going to use them. Okay. Water supply connections.
Running meter.
Can anyone tell me this water supply connections? Drainage pipelines, water supply pipelines. What is the unit of measurement? Can anyone tell me? So many people are there.
Running meter, sir.
Running
It's
meter.
generally measured in running meter. Now, fixtures such as taps, valves. Okay. So how we are going to measure? These are measured in
Numbers.
numbers
Numbers.
or units. So
Numbers.
there is a list. So many items are there. So many items are there. So these are the typical units of measurements. Okay, whatever we have discussed now, all those things have been given in the tabular form for easy to, which is easy to remember. Okay, see here, earthwork cubic meter, filling cubic meter, surface dressing leveling square meter. So many items they have given it. You can just refer. Here you can see reinforcement. What is the reinforcement unit of measurement? Can you see?
Quintal, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Visual.
Hmm.
Is it visible? Okay, very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So many items are there. You can just refer. Now, okay, bill of quantities, I think already explained, which has all the items, which has quantity of that items, which has its unit. So all the items with their quantity, with their unit is called as bill of quantity. It's called as bill of quantity. Okay. So now, next term, what is this lead? When this lead statement or lead term will get, can anyone tell me? When this word is there, lead, whenever there is a huge excavation, soil removal works are there, then this thing is generally going to come. Lead means from the source to the destination, how much there is a distance, that is called as lead distance. It's called as lead distance. So here you can see lead is nothing but average horizontal distance between center of excavation and center of deposition. So from one place you are excavating, but you are going to deposit that one some 2 kilometers from that point. So that is called as the lead distance. It's called as lead distance. Generally, it is measured in kilometer or 50 meters. Some standards are used. See here, if the lead increases, rate of that item will increase. Okay, you have to understand like this. Now next there is a one more term, lift. See, you are excavating some foundation for a big multi-story building. See here, for up to some depth there will be rate is different. Below 2 meter depth the rate of excavation will be different. Below 3 meter depth rate of excavation will be different. So this change in rate will depend upon what depth of excavation, and that is called as the lift. That is called lift. Lift generally you can understand from underneath level, you are lifting that soil and you are depositing. From the underneath up to some depth, you are lifting that soil and you are depositing. That is called as lift. For different lifts, there will be different rates. For different leads and for different lifts, there will be change in rates. Is it clear? Is it clear? What do you mean by leads and lift?
Yes, sir.
I need everyone to give me the answer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
All the
sir.
persons. All the persons.
Present, sir.
Hmm?
Present, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now can you see the rates here? Up to 2 meter, one lift, 1 meter, one lift, 0.5 meter, one lift. What do you mean by this? See here, there is a depth from ground level to -2. You can consider one lift. From -2 to again additional -1. Again you consider one lift. From that -3, -2, -1, -3. -3 to next -0.5, you should consider one lift. Means what? As the depth increases, that rate is also changing, but that changing interval is also becoming less and less. Okay. As you go deeper and deeper, the effort required is more and more. The deeper and deeper, effort required more and more. So for larger depth, larger rate is there. Okay. Now, so this we will start with this one, long wall and short wall method. Can we start? One problem can we solve? Can we solve this problem?
Sir, tomorrow.
Hmm?
Bad, sir.
Okay, wait.
So, more.
I will stop recording first, then you can have a talk. Okay.